An excerpt from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have Been to the Mountaintop" speech in Memphis, Tennessee, April 3rd, 1968. Now we're going to march again, and we've got to march again in order to put the issue where it is supposed to be, and force everybody to see that there are 1,300 of God's children here suffering, sometimes going hungry, going through dark and dreary nights, wondering how this thing is going to come out. That's the issue. And we've got to say to the nation, we know how it's coming out. For when people get caught up with that which is right and are willing to sacrifice for it, there is no stopping point short of victory. We aren't going to let any mace stop us. We are masters in our non-violent movement in disarming police forces. They don't know what to do. I've seen them so often. I remember in Birmingham, Alabama, when we were in that majestic struggle there. We would move out of the 16th Street Baptist Church day after day. By the hundreds we would move out. And Bull Connor would tell them to send the dogs forth. And they did come. But we just went before the dogs singing, "Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around." Bull Connor next would say, "Turn the fire hoses on." And as I said to you the other night, Bull Connor didn't know history. He knew a kind of physics that somehow didn't relate to the trans physics that we knew about. And that was the fact that there was a certain kind of fire that no water could put out. If we were Baptists or some other denominations, we had been immersed. If we were Methodists or some others, we had been sprinkled, but we knew water. That couldn't stop us. And we just went on before the dogs, and we would look at them, and we'd go on before the water hoses, and we would look at it, and we just go on singing, "Over my head, I see freedom in the air." And then we would be thrown in paddy wagons, and sometimes we would stack in there like sardines in a can. And they would throw us in. And the old Bull Connor would say, "Take them off." And they did. And we would just go on in the paddy wagon saying, "We shall overcome." And every now and then, we'd get in jail. And we see the jailers looking through the windows, being moved by our prayers and being moved by our words and our songs. And there was a power there, which Bull Connor couldn't adjust to. And so we ended up transforming Bull into a steer. And we won our struggle in Birmingham. Now we've got to go on in Memphis just like that. I call upon you to be with us when we go out Monday. Now about injunctions. We have an injunction, and we're going into court tomorrow to fight these illegal, unconstitutional injunctions. All we say to America is, be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they hadn't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest for right. And so just as I said, we aren't going to let dogs or water hoses turn us around. We aren't going to let these injunctions turn us around. We are going on. Thank you.